it's time for some more talking, and more talking. Quite a bit happened within the space of the last 24 hours, so let's report. Now, yesterday, I was talking about wanting to do a experiment in which I just find out. Okay, it's still playing. I thought the screen turned off, but no, it's okay. I was just curious about trying out this experiment, or conducting it, should I say, about finding out what would happen if I just come off the screens for half a day. I'm not sure if I said in the previous log if I wanted to do it for from 2 p.m. onwards. That was the original plan, but as I was going through the day, I decided 2 p.m. was just way too early. I thought that was too harsh a cut-off time because I was cooking at around 2 p.m. So I decided, no, I'm going to change the time to 4 p.m. instead. And honestly, I didn't come off the phone at 4. I came off the phone at 8 past 4. And I know this because I checked the time on the phone before coming off. When this was happening, I was just watching YouTube before coming off. I was watching YouTube in bed. But as soon as I came off and it was time, I immediately got up. I'm trying to find my notes about this. Hold on. Where are they? I put myself on the right page to do this. Yes. Okay, no, I see it. All right. So yeah, I wrote down, I immediately got up and I started organising things. I clipped my fingernails, my toenails. I didn't clean the room. The room's basically always clean. I don't know what's up with that, but I'll happily take that on the chin. Like, it's basically always clean without me having to clean it. I think that's just because that's me being a clean person and living life in a clean way. Yeah, I absolutely do have to wash up and dry away the dishes, of course. And when it's time to do that, I take away the dishes from the room because sometimes I eat in the room. But yeah, sometimes I eat in my room. But other than that, like, I don't really have to clean anything because the room, how I just live in my room, it just stays clean. But anyway, yeah, literally immediately, as soon as I came off the screen, I got up immediately and I started organising things like I said. So along with clipping my fingernails, toenails, I also wiped the whiteboard clean. I wiped the whiteboard clean. And I put some of my food stuff away. After for my memory, I've started putting some food stuff away. But that may not be true, honestly. That may not be true. But anyway, after doing this, I went out to the gym and had a brief gym session. And I ended up meeting 2 girls there that work at the gym, who were in charge of the gym for a short while, as the gym was going to close soon. Now, let's call one Hattie and let's call one TT. That's the names that I've come up for these 2 girls. One was oh no, okay, it's still fine. Do I want to say? I think it's all right. There's no way that that people would know who they are just off these characteristics I give them, because there are many people that have these similar characteristics. So I'd say no, it's okay. So one's blonde and was very slightly, had a very slightly chubby face, very slightly. And that's Hattie. And then TT had a much more overweight looking face. But she didn't seem like her physique absolutely is not morbidly obese or anywhere near it. If anything, her physique is extremely slightly overweight, extremely slightly, if anything. And both of them are slightly younger than me. basically what happened was we just had quite a fun conversation and joked around about the kids in the part of the building that isn't the gym, even though it's a large building and there's a gym to it, and then there's other parts to it. That's what I'm calling the gym, seeing as that's where I go to. But anyway, so we had I'd say quite a fun conversation and just joked about the kids there as they were having their party with the bouncy castle and everything. And there was, from what I could see, even from just looking at the entrance, there was a whole load of confetti everywhere. And something rather interesting happened. I got taught by TT how to, no, not taught, told. TT told me how to make chili con carne. So basically what she said was you fry the mince, then you put some passata or tomato sauce, and then I don't think she said this, but yeah, you have to add the kidney beans in as well. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but kidney beans are a staple of chili con carne. I just don't know how to make them. Even though I've been told to. I haven't really tried doing it myself. But yeah, let's go back to TT now. So she was complaining about putting away the bouncy castle. she was complaining about putting deflating it and putting the bouncy castle away and having to clean up the confetti, because in her words it makes the Hoover fucked. She, from what I could tell, it seemed like she felt quite unhappy about going to the working there at the gym the next day. But seconds afterwards, it seemed like her spirits very slightly lifted when she thought of the money she was gonna earn. Guys, please don't do that. Don't do that. Even I was telling her, when it comes to things that I'm gonna do to earn money, such as this, like, it should ideally be a fun thing that pays you. I'm certainly no longer going to live my life in a way in which, when it comes to money earning opportunities, I only think about the money earning aspect of it. Because as I said in previous logs, that can mean that I go and get the money by ways that I don't like. It's out of the question. I'm absolutely not going to go getting it by destructive means. I'm not going to go sell drugs or anything like that. I absolutely won't. But I'm not going to go and do something that I absolutely hate just to go get some cash. That is for sure. And I'm not going to do just anything, like certain... do I even want to say it? Like, I'm not prepared to just do anything like certain girls or certain guys would, like going into the porn industry, for example. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that just to earn money. But again, my point is that's an exaggeration, of course. But my point is, if you're just doing something just to earn money, then you are fulfilling that criteria, right? But there's no other filter. You could be earning the money, but you could be hating your life. So instead of just thinking about what am I going to do to earn money, for me, I'm having the mindset of what am I going to do that's fulfilling to me and valuable to millions, if not billions of people that I consider fun. What's a fun thing that pays me? It doesn't even have to be millions or billions of people. It could be on a much smaller scale than that. But when it comes to this, that's the plan. And that's the plan I'm fulfilling, even by making this voiceover in the car right here, right now. So yeah, please don't do that, man. Don't do that. Ideally, it should be something that's a fun thing that pays you, man. Not just something that you don't like. Something that you like. No, something you dislike a lot more than you like. The only reason why you like it is because of the money aspect of things. Like, please don't do that. For the sake of your own mental health, don't do that. Like, it just made me think of Kelty O'Connor's suicide attempt video, in which she was saying no, not Kelty O'Connor, sorry, Jordan Green's suicide attempt video, in which he said that he was doing something that he hated. And to me, it seems like that could have been something, a very small part or a core part of what led him up to that moment in which he tried taking his own life. But I seriously respect him and other people like him who are willing to grow from that event, and not only that, but use the event in a way that's constructive. He can live for the rest of his life knowing that his words, even right now and in the future, can prevent someone from committing suicide. He can now live with that for the rest of his life, and I respect him and other people like him that talk about their suicide attempts, because they're using that unhealthy event in a way that's extremely constructive, that can allow other people to learn, and that can allow other people, can give other people a means to be able to push themselves out of that dark mental state and grow from it. Absolute respect to him and people like him who are willing to come clean, as he said, come clean about their attempts. So absolutely, all the power to you. Wait, hold on. All the power to you, man. Oh, yeah, all the power to you. Kelty O'Connor and other people that have talked about their suicide attempts who are not just saying that for views. Absolute, like, all the power to you, man, for giving, not only working through your issues, but giving people a means to be able to work through their dark thoughts. Like, well done, man. Absolutely well done. And all the power to you again. So, yeah, speaking about TT again, she was saying that, I don't know, she described me using 2 adjectives. She said, for the first one, I'm quite unsure about. I think she said I was direct or something. It wasn't that. I've forgotten the wording, but I do know the wording of the second one for sure. She certainly said that I was scary. she certainly said that I was scary, and that was her exact wording. She said that I reminded her of Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. I put and that I reminded her of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, because I didn't know who it was. I certainly knew of the show and Sheldon Cooper's face, but I didn't know his fictional character name. So today I just went and looked on it because that sparked my curiosity. Yeah, she said that I sounded like Sheldon Cooper because I was talking to her like how I talk in these logs, which is quite interesting. I think even she said she's not used to people speaking to her how I spoke to her. I think Hattie could have said that as well. But yeah, that was her way of saying that I was quite well spoken. She may have used that wording as well, but I don't remember. I put here on the notes after that saying that she said I sounded like Sheldon Cooper, that I don't watch TV shows or movies. I make them every single day, and what I present and talk about isn't fiction and made up, albeit these videos are becoming a lot more scripted to be able to release the thoughts on my mind that I have each evening. My intentions when I spoke to them were genuine, and I just was only interested in having a chat with them. It just so happened to happen because I went back in. Some guy was asking if I've ever bought or sold a car. He was asking everyone. Then after that, I came back into the gym. They were just making sure that everything's locked in. All of that, everything's locked in. Everything's turned off. And I asked if I could go back in to be able to fill my water bottle up before I left to be able to go on my walk, which I planned before leaving the house. And she said, yeah, she let me in. And then from there, lo and behold, we had a fully blown half-hour conversation. The only reason why the conversation stopped is because their shift finished. That was basically the only reason why it stopped. Yeah, I also wrote that we just spoke as if we were friends, even though this was the first time that we had a deep conversation or in-depth conversation like we did yesterday. I had seen them in the past, but I hadn't really spoken to them. TT asked me how I was when I came in the gym today, which I don't, from personal experience, remember her doing. Yeah, I said, I basically just said, yeah, I was well, I'm ready to go to the gym. And then a few minutes later, because I didn't know the gym shut so early, Hattie came in and told me that the gym closes at X time. And then she said, oh, you know what? Yeah, you can go for a bit longer, because I said I was just about starting. She said, it's fine, just yeah, it's fine, and then you can do what we need to do. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, so that's the notes about them. And generally speaking, I'd like to also say that I'm really interested in just socialising more, like talking to them, for example, just talking to a whole load of other people. Allow me to. I'd say that my social skills are pretty solid. I'd say my social skills are pretty solid, but I just want to go out and socialise more, to make new friends, better friends that I had back in school, and also look into dating as well. Okay. Yep. I made a note of that. Yep. Okay. All right. So when oops. Hold up a sec. There you go. All right. So when I came back, as soon as I closed the door in this half-day experiment, which I didn't go on the screens, as soon as I closed the door to get back, I thought, okay, now what? oh, mate, yeah, it was that immediate. It hit me that immediately. It was like the reality check you just see to be me juggling. It's probably a few minutes ago now. I don't know. I'm not looking at the footage as I make this voiceover. I'm just allowing myself to speak. Okay, so as I was saying, as soon as I got back, I thought, what now? What am I going to do now? And then after that, I don't know how much longer later, after thinking that thought, I just replayed the conversation that I had in my head and aloud that I had with the girls in the gym. And I was saying new things aloud to things that they said at the time, as if they were in the house with me when they're not. I'm absolutely not schizophrenic. I'm well aware of that. It wasn't like I saw them there. But as I put in the notes, I'm well aware that they weren't there. I'm not skits. But after thinking about it, that's actually led me to something deeper. The fact that I've been doing things like this for a very long time. I think ever since a child, that's just how I've been processing new conversations, or perhaps just conversations in general. Yeah, I put that. I think it was I started doing this dating all the way back to childhood. For example, I remember acting out a conversation in the garden, speaking to, as if I was speaking to my half brother when I knew obviously he wasn't there. I knew he wasn't there, but I was just pretending. All I remember is me saying his name in an elated / enthusiastic way, in terms of the conversation. I remember saying his name in an enthusiastic way. And I remember my mum asking me if I was talking to myself when she heard me. I don't actually remember what I said in response, though. But me, man, when I was a kid, I was the sort of child that played imaginary football in primary school during lunchtime as if I was scoring world-class goals. I was inspired quite a lot of that FIFA 2006 Germany World Cup game. I think I just said on the PS2. That's what I was reenacting out, like the trailer before you play the game, like that intro part of the game. That's what I was acting out during my primary school. I remember very vividly. I was on the right side of the playground, and I was approaching on the wing, and then I scored the most amazing of goals, the most amazing of world-class goals, a right foot banger, top bins. That was the sort of the child I was back then. But I did also have many other football games like FIFA. I had FIFA Street 1. I had the original FIFA Street on the PS2. FIFA Street 2. Other games on the PS2. GTAs. I had GTA San Andreas. That was the game that I had for a long while before expanding my catalogue on the PS2, like getting GTA 3 on there, getting Vice City on there. I got those games on the PS2 later, but I do remember playing Vice City on the PC before going to get that PS2 equivalent, the PS2 variant of the game. I had a whole load of games back then, but it wasn't just on the PS2. When I was very young, single digits, I also had the PSP, playing GTA Liberty City Stories, which I'm going to get onto later. And I also had an Xbox 360. That was the main source of games that I played for during my childhood, like playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, World at War. I did get Advanced Warfare, but that was much later on. I got basically all of the games from 2007 to 2013 within the Call of Duty series, and those were the games that I was playing for years, basically my entire childhood. And as I was saying, it made me think about something deeper, actually. It made me want to dig deeper into my childhood memories, such as how playing another game that I had on the PS2 called The Getaway with characters like Frank Carter, Mark Hammond, Yasmin, Charlie Jolson, and the Bethnal Green Mob, the Triads, the Yardies. Were there any other gangs? Collins' crew. There was Collins' gang as well. And I was just thinking, I wonder how playing the more violent sorts of games, such as The Getaway, GTA Liberty City Stories, San Andreas, Vice City Stories, which I got later on at around 15, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, just basically the Call of Duty series, the Call of Duty series from 2007 to 2013. And I was thinking, how did that have an impact on me as a child? Like, I was thinking, in a more serious video, I talked about the thought that I had. If you've watched the video, then you know. But I was thinking, maybe the sort of thought that I had actually came from even deeper into my childhood and even younger than when I expected. But it was only that listening to things like grime music only just further enhanced the sort of things that I was seeing. Because playing the Call of Duty games, right? They, regardless of whether the companies want to say, I don't care. In my opinion, I think that they glorify cold, heartless murder. That's what I think that they're glorified. And in the mindset of someone that's just playing it, we're just leveling up, we're just prestiging the game. But no, you're manifesting just shooting people down. Of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that every single person that plays Call of Duty games and games are like first person shooters. I'm not saying that all of these people are homicidal because of the games they're playing. I'm absolutely not saying that, but it absolutely can have a similar impact on you. Like, you don't feel so fulfilled in your life due to playing those sorts of games because you're not doing the things that you truly want to do. For example, especially if you're a sort of person that has the mindset in which you're you have like large ambitions and you have things that you want to achieve. You have what you may think of as just dreams that you want to achieve, but instead you're just, in your opinion, procrastinating on these sorts of games. Like, if you're not someone that has homicidal thoughts from playing these games, which I'm not saying everybody does, but if you aren't, then that could really be, you could be suppressing yourself because of following through with what served you as a child. Fun. Playing those games, shooting people down, it gave you a whole load of dopamine. And it gave me a whole load of dopamine. For those that are in my generation, I started playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 when I was 9 years old. Yeah? I started playing a first-person shooter when I was 9 years old. And do you lot who are around my age, do you lot remember your very first experience of playing zombies? I certainly do. I remember playing with one of my sisters and we were both shit scared. That was a sort of dopamine release that we got from the game that just became normal. Do you remember those sorts of times? If you're in my generation, do you remember? Do you remember being shit scared? For me, I remember being shit scared whilst playing with one of my sisters, playing the map 5. That was it. That was the one. And then one thing led to another. Got my dad to pay for a whole load of what are they called? They're map packs. But I remember them being a specific name for them. DLCs. That's it. DLCs. I remember getting my let's say quote unquote persuading my dad to get all of these DLC map packs just so I could play the zombies maps. I think even now, I'd actually be interested in playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Shangri-La, just on impulse, because I've never played it before, and I think that'd actually be quite interesting. Especially on console. Like, I've never played Shangri-La before, so I think that'd actually be quite interesting. That'd be quite fun, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying, speaking more seriously now, I really think that these sorts of games could have had a really deep impact on me, more than I've realised until now. Because as I got older, that served me less as I was transforming from a child to a teen, and also from a teen to an adult. I stopped playing games since I was a teen, maybe like 18, 19. I absolutely have played games since, but I mean playing consistently and playing often. I haven't done that in an extremely long while. I have played Call of Duty 4 this year, but I haven't done that in weeks. That was just a little one-time thing, really. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how could this have affected me? And I think I want to answer that question now. I absolutely don't have to have it completely figured out. Rome wasn't built in a day, but like that could have had a serious impact on me as I was transforming from a child to a teen, and from a teen to an adult. From a child to a teen, I think that this could have really hindered me because, like, I really believed in myself at school. I got decent grades, but I thought that I had it in me to get top of the top in every single subject. Those were the standards that I put on myself, to do top of the top for every single subject. I absolutely didn't. Not in GCSEs, not in A-levels. I absolutely did not do that, and I didn't achieve top of the top. I absolutely did not. And there was no way I was going to, because I had too many unhealthy core habits, like mindlessly consuming YouTube. I allowed that to take many hours away from me. I allowed it to, and I wanted to stop. I wanted to go about watching YouTube in a much healthier way. And in my defense, and I have to give credit for it, I did attempt to. During A-levels, I stopped watching YouTube completely for about 4 days from my memory, and I was journaling how that went. But after the 4 days, I just went straight back to it. it was way too extreme a change upon reflection. So I think, if anything, that's the reason why that didn't last. But back then, when I was watching, I went straight back to David Dobrik content. I would never watch that man a day in my life ever again. I'll never watch that man a day in my life ever again. Especially after watching a video about him and his circle, like being like a quite a cult sort of group, and very specifically in the way that the lady described, not like how Hamza's sort of what he calls a cult. No, I mean, like, not the nicest of cults. Let's just put it like that. Okay. Now let's go back to. Actually, wait, hold on. I know that. Yeah. So going back to this deeper thing, right? I'm gonna carry on talking about it because I have quite many more notes on it. So I remember hitting myself on the knee numerous times after breaking my PSP when I was single digits in the front room at night. I put way too much water on it and I was trying to clean the screen. And I just thought back, like, where could that have come from? And my sister told me that beatings were happening back then. So that could have been me repeating what I thought at the time would be an appropriate punishment / choice of action, as that's what I could have learned to be an adequate means to not do the unwanted things I wanted to do, due to seeing my sisters get beat. And I remember seeing one of my sisters in particular get beat in the room that we were sharing at the time. We had a bunk bed and everything back in those days. Yeah, I remember it happening at least once. I don't have a problem with saying this because I'm keeping my sisters' names anonymous, and it's a typical part of your average Joe West African culture to beat your children when they're acting in a way that you don't want them to. From a child's perspective, what I think would be a much healthier alternative to this would be, from the perspective of someone who's been raised instead of someone who's been raised and someone who has raised / is raising, is to have a deep conversation with them in a way that allows them to feel comfortable, relaxed, and not be judged, to be able to further understand the core reason or core reasons, or even minor reasons along with the core reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing, and then being able to go from a healthy way, to be able to go or operate in a healthy way from there, instead of saying, no kid, that's not good, that's bad, without explaining why it is and why you as a parent think they shouldn't do such things. And I put as a final part of the quote mark here, do that again and you'll receive punishment. Quote unquote punishment, in my opinion, could be suppressing people from being who they truthfully want to be from a young age, due to getting that beaten out of them with a belt, and or shouted out of them, and or beat up out of them. My parents absolutely did not beat us up or anything like that. No, but the belt was used. And now, because I wrote that, I said, I'm now becoming increasingly interested in learning about psychology, more specifically parent-to-child relationships, and how that dynamic affects the child in the house, out of the house, when speaking to friends, for example, strangers, how it affects their love life, etc., when they're in all different stages of life, like child, going through puberty, young teen, older teen, young adult, middle-aged, how they raise their kids, provided they're not on a journey of self-improvement, when they're elderly, and when they're on their kids' 2 feet. And also also if they do take it upon themselves to go to perform and do a self-improvement journey. Now, the reason why I'm interested in this is because I believe this will further allow me to make more sense of what I've gone through, starting from childhood all the way up to now, instead of me only figuring it out with my evening journaling. although I do like that, but I think it would allow me to make more sense of it, because I'd have like very specific scientific information, figures, and terminology as to what's what and how certain things affect the children, and also vice versa as well. It does go both ways. It is a two-way street, because the child will also affect the parent, just like how the parent will affect the child. That's just how it is. Regardless of whether they are or aren't there, it doesn't matter. The parent and the child are being affected in some way. They're affecting each other in some way, regardless of whether the parent is or isn't there, or parents are or aren't there, because they've left or because they're dead, in prison, whatever. Doesn't matter. Actually, no, I take that back. If they're dead or in prison or something like that, that could slightly affect. That could be could have slight differences as to how that affects the child. But yeah, anyway, man. And vice versa. And vice versa. But okay, let's go back to the half-day experiment. after having all of those deep thoughts, I believed this half day from 4 p.m. onwards was extremely peaceful, much more peaceful than even the past few days. I plan to incorporate this at least once a week on a Saturday, or once every 2 days, if I think I need the peace to get my mind right and to act out my plans more efficiently than I've done in the past few days. That could be due to overstimulation on screens, watching YouTube, doing what I set, and writing my thoughts down at night to a point that's just too much. I think the reasons that I just gave there could be a part of what could have been capping the level of focus that I could have, and the level of efficiency with doing what I set myself could have. And speaking of, that leads me on to my next point. So I just this morning, man, I felt so focused after that half day. Like, I could just write. I'm referring to my weekly review, by the way. I could just write and write and write and write. I was just doing it, and even with background noise, as I put in the review, even with background noise, like, it was actually really easy. It was so easy. It was so easy for me to do. I did stand up every now and then, and that's okay with me. But my level of focus was just so much more intense compared to what it's been in the compared to what it's been in my entire life, basically. Compared to what it's been in my entire life. But going back to, actually, no, not yet. Speaking of the focus, I really think that it could be because I'm with that half day, I'm stimulating myself to a healthy amount, not overdoing it. And I loved it. I loved yesterday. So I plan to have many more of them, just to be able to get my mind right and make money moves aggressively, which is the plan. I'm following them out. I'm acting those plans out. As I said, I made the KDP Amazon account, and I've made a plan to just play about with the interface. And when it comes to consultations, I did ring, but the guy didn't pick up, so I can ring again. I'm not just going to stop at the when it doesn't happen one time. Fuck that. No, I'm going to keep going. But yeah, so I think that having that half day just allowed me to really just detox off unhealthy dopamine levels that are just way too high. So I'm gonna carry on having these half days. And what I'm gonna do in order to have these half days and do what I set myself, just wake up a lot earlier, which leads me onto something else, So I went to sleep maybe at around 9 o'clock. I fell asleep at around 9 o'clock. And oh man, I woke up at 28 past 6. So my sleeping routine, because I had that half day, that's also improving, which is absolutely mental. Do one healthy core habit and then another habit leads. I'm telling you, yeah, like having a half day off is amazing. I've tried it once, and I'm telling you, like, it's top notch, absolutely top notch. So I'm gonna wake up I already no, not I'm not. I'm not going to. I am. I am waking up at earlier times, just like how I woke up at 6:28 this morning. But before the day before, I woke up at around half. Woke up and got up around 9 or something. I did after getting up at 6:28. I went back to bed, and I woke up at around 9. My mum said that it was around 9 o'clock at the time that I woke up and got up. So yeah, but it's a major improvement, man, and I plan to carry on moving forward in that direction. All right, so I was talking about overstimulation, so let's keep on going on. Let's keep on talking about it because I have more notes on it. I still overstimulated my mind by writing a lot today. When I did the half day experiment yesterday, I did still do it. So I'm now on my way to listening to my limits by again making myself aware of overstimulating my brain on another evening. Why do I think I want to carry on going past my limits, even though I'm well aware of when they hit? And I set the task upon myself to answer that in this log. So the answer I have to that question is, when it comes to the evening routine, I just have so many thoughts that I just want to put down. I want to put on a pad, like so many. I just have so many thoughts, and like with the energy investment pie chart that I talked about on day 83, I just couldn't let that energy investment pie chart idea slide. I just couldn't let it slide. So I just kept on writing. Oh my gosh, man. I just had so much ideas that I just wanted to get out of my head and put on the pad. So I think that's my answer. That is the answer right there. I just had so much that I wanted to get down. Just so much, and with that in mind, I had to exchange having a brain that's stimulating my brain to a healthy level. I had to exchange that because I just wanted to keep on writing and going. As I was saying earlier, I made the decision to come off the screen at 4 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. to get, I put here on the notes, to get my mind right for achieving and preventing overstimulation by stimulating my mind to a healthy amount. I said I wanted to prevent overstimulation at any time, during any time of the day. So yeah, and that having the half day in which I'm not on the screens is really helpful. So what I'm going to do in order to do what I set, along with have that half day off, is just carry on waking up earlier, carry on getting up earlier, but this time stay up earlier. If I wake up at 6:30, stay up. Get up and stay up at 6:30. So that's the plan. And with that, I'm going to be able to do what I set myself, make money moves, do this plank journey, and be able to socialize a lot more. It just lines up with my core values. So I'm gonna do it once every 2 days, man. Once every 2 days, I'm gonna do this. Wake up earlier, get up earlier, and stay up. Stay up earlier. And that will allow me to just live my life in the way I truly want, and allow me to carry on making moves, making progress in that. Like, it's amazing, absolutely amazing how my life is ending up and heading. All right, so I have some more notes. I have no idea how long this has been, but I'm just gonna carry on going. I wanted to, and I did, write most of my thoughts. Sat down by the table during the evening when it was getting to the time I wanted to fall asleep. I did write in bed as I usually would, but I wrote on a sat down instead of strictly on the bed, and I preferred this because I think, in my opinion, it's a healthy separation solution from the bed and the pad, so I don't stay up writing all night. And I plan to do this from now on. On the notes I said I may carry on doing this from now on, but nah, I'm gonna carry on doing that from now on. I will. And I think when it comes to these videos, man, my ideas, they're so original. In the future, I can predict smaller creators copying what I say / how I speak, like how one guy on YouTube copied Steph is Cold by saying, like, just copying saying the same things that he was speaking word for word and wording what he said in exactly the same way. I think he was talking about female nature, just like a lot of them do. In my opinion, when it comes to that side of things, like, there's only so long that you can go on talking about female nature, fuck these hoes and then kick them out to the curb, you know what I'm saying? Nah, no more, man. Like, I started off watching Red Pill content creators like Young Man's, Young Man's Daily Red Pill. Yeah. That's why I started off my self-improvement journey, along with reading like the 7 Highly Habits of Effective People, just copying what they said, writing it down. Mark Nepo as well. I remember reading some books from him and listening to him on YouTube. I think in order to get these books, I didn't buy them. I know I didn't buy them because I don't have them. I think I was borrowing from the library. I think that was what I was doing. I was borrowing from the public library. Yeah, that's what I was doing at the time. I was watching a whole load of Red Pill content for quite a while. But at the time, I wasn't in any way original. I was just consuming. It's taken me a while for me to find my own voice, but I've done it now. By experiencing, living, and through this plank journey, I've been able to find my own voice. But yeah, I see myself being copied. Let's try that again. I see other smaller creators copying what I say and copying how I speak as they're on their way to finding their own voice, as they haven't finished doing that yet. I can imagine it. And imagine if this becomes true in the future. Or better yet, what are the odds of creators with a larger following copying what I say / how I speak, and people knowing this and calling them out for copying me? What are the odds? But anyway, or maybe even copying my ideas, like just snatching it and then not giving me credit. Oh, can you hear that? My belly's rumbling. But I'm gonna carry on. As I was saying, again, I've said this quite a few times. I want to socialize a lot more than I'm currently doing. Although I have already started by talking to the girls in the gym, for example. I want to do this so I have a lot more friends that are better friends than what I had in school. Because when it comes to people in the gym, they're so uplifting, and I really like their mindset to the gym, the sorts of people that they make themselves out to be. I really like that, and with that in mind, I want to socialize a lot more and make many more of them, the people that I know but I'm acquaintances with and am on friendly terms with, my friends. But over time it will happen, and doing this, socializing a lot more, especially on with the female side, I'll be able to get quite a lot of female friends and also expand my dating opportunities. So yeah, that's happening as well. So but when it comes to the way I plan to be able to expand my dating opportunities, this is my plan, this is my gig. Instead of doing things like cold approach and having the mindset of just wanting to have sex with the girl, or even warm approach, or whatever they call it, yeah, I'm not a red pill. Yeah, we fuck these hoes and then we kick them out to the curb. Nah, that's not me. Yeah. So my gig, what I'm interested in doing, and what I've already started doing anyway, to be fair, is just to talk to girls with absolutely no intentions of sex. Like the normal people they are. That's what I was thinking last night, and it was just, I mean, to be fair to guys, like, we do have our hormones, we do have the testosterone, but that's just so disrespectful to both yourself and the females you interact with, to just want some cooch. The reason why I say this, just like how I've said in previous logs, I say this because if you're only looking to get sex from the girl, you're not actually allowing yourself to be your true self, nor are you really allowing her to be her true self and act in the way that she truly wants to, in a way that's healthy, and maybe in a way that you consider sexy, or maybe in a way that you both consider sexy. she'll be able to tell, and then therefore she'll act differently and in a way that neither of you really would like. She'd probably try and play games, blah blah blah, because she can very clearly see that you're not taking her seriously either by just wanting sex. Just wanting sex is such an inconsiderate perspective. I'm not saying that you should not want sex at all. If you want that, then fair enough. All the power to you. If you want to have sex, all the power to you. But my point is, I'm against the viewpoint of people who are to talk to girls, seeing as I'm a man and I'm a heterosexual man. This is my field of talking to girls. Like, that's, to me, is just, it's just really disrespectful to the both of you, because you may do things, you may act out of character, and you may edit your character and therefore not be who you truly are and who you truly want to be around her, because you just want sex and you're willing to go to any limit. You're willing to stoop down to such any level that she would want you to stoop down to, because she could clearly tell that you just want sex too bad. Like, she'll play you. She could play you like a puppeteer, and then you just keep on going and keep on allowing it to happen. Just one day hoping that you get sex from her. That's just, to me, I don't like that, because that, again, you can't really have genuine conversations with those motives, because you're just there to have sex with her, and she'll be able to tell. So yeah, I'm against that. But if, like, the people, if you're dating and your main goal isn't sex, then yeah, that's great. That's what I'm aiming for myself, because then it means I'm allowing myself to assess her true character, be me, who I truthfully want to be around her, and just in my daily life, and she'll therefore be who she truly wants to be. And if she doesn't like the personality I have, that's cool, and we could be honest about that, and then we could both part our ways. But if she does, then that's great, and that means if we do have a romantic relationship, then we can build off that whilst being truthful. Our foundations would be honesty, integrity, and wanting to grow with each other. So those are the motives that I have. When it comes to dating, those are the motives that I have. Just wanted to get to know the girl. Just wanting to get to know her and understand what sort of person I'm dealing with. Understanding, well, first of all, is she tolerable? Do I actually like her? Do I actually like her? Do I think she's interesting? All of that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's why I'm social. That's why I'm going out there and socializing with people. Starting off with the gym. Like, yeah, I'm liking it. Like, talking to those girls in the gym that I was saying, like Hattie and TT, and speaking to a girl that I've just remembered. I've called her Miss Fashion Sense. I never got her name, but she's just a girl that I met on the street, and it was a very hot day. It was hotter than it is now, but it was a very hot day outside, and yeah, I was just saying to her, like, I saw one Somali girl on the street, and she was wearing a puffer jacket even in the boiling hot weather. Me, man, I was just wearing my orange tee and the trousers that you can see in the video when I was exercising, but one string was lower down than the other, and I was wearing the same shoes as well, and I was wearing the orange champion t-shirt ironed, and I was saying, I don't know how that girl could stand that, how the girl could be in that puffer jacket at such a hot temperature. And I said, because I genuinely thought it, I said, yeah, nice outfit. And then to me, she said, I can't say the same to you. I said, yeah, that's cool, that's all right. Everyone has their own opinions in that, but when you have the intent, when you're genuinely just speaking to a person, like that conversation with who I've called Miss Fashion Sense, that just kind of just happened. And that's, in my opinion, how it should be. If you want to talk to the girl, yeah, I'm all for that. If you want to do that. But man, yeah, I'm just saying all this because I really, really, really want to carry on socializing and getting to meet new people, to expand my friends, to get more friends who uplift me and who I believe, at least, as who I completely believe have no ill will against me, and who I basically almost certainly know they don't, who have their own, who are growing, they're uplifting me, I'm uplifting them, they feel secure within themselves, so on and so forth. Like, those are the sorts of friends I'm looking for. And in order to confirm that a person's a friend, I've got to know them in more than one environment, because they could be an absolute prick outside of that environment that I've met them. So yeah, there's that. I want to socialize a lot more because, as I've said, I'm repeating myself a lot. As I've said, expand my friendships with both males and females, and also expand my dating opportunities. Just get into talking to girls in a sexual way and that. And just basically just dating in general. Oh, I have a lot more to talk about. I've made video ideas from this evening and all of that. But I think, yeah, that's it. That's the main part of it. I've already talked about the weekly. I've already uploaded the weekly review, so I'm now able to close my pad and say that's it. That's the end of the video. I think what's going to be really appropriate is have that same picture that I had for most of the time, called which said talking and more talking, because that's basically what I've done. I've basically created a short movie right now. I basically have. So I think that's going to be the appropriate one to add, the talking and more talking and more talking one. Yeah, that's going to be it. Wow. Whew. Wow, man. Wow. There was a lot to talk about. Like, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I made 7 pages worth of notes in the evening, excluding the weekly review. I didn't make the weekly review last night. I made it this morning. But yeah, I made a whole load. Like, how many pages again? Oh, yeah, a lot, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Certainly 7. 7 full A5 pages, which is like 3.5 A4 pages of just straight writing. And now it's allowed me to create this short movie. I enjoyed it. And sooner or later, many other people will, other than just the people that are watching at the moment. Although I do feel very grateful for you, because that means that, because you guys are watching, we're all a team and we're all growing together, man. Especially if we're on the self-improvement journey. Yeah, we're all growing together. But yeah, I enjoyed making this video, man. Even though it's hot in the car, I took my hoodie off during the voiceovers. But yeah, that is it. That's it. I can now open the car door, get out of it. I'm gonna edit this video now, make sure it's ready to upload, and I'll see you in the next one. But before I do end the video, I'd like to say I had a whole load of exercises that I want to do, but I just did what's in the session instead of the 5-minute plank challenge, level 4, level 3. And I think I was thinking of doing the 10-minute Scott Barnhard workout with doing the 10-minute yoga at the start, like how I'd always do. Man, I didn't do that. I just did this, what you've seen on video. It allowed me to change things up, especially with juggling, as I was thinking I could do juggling and Rubik's Cubes learn how to Rubik's Cube again. Learning how to cube, they call it, again, to stimulate my mind in ways I wouldn't have otherwise done. Just make it a bit more fun, you know? Because it's basically been the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, I feel quite happy that I've done this instead of what I planned, to be able to change things up. And I plan to change it up even more, like learning how to juggle more, doing freestyle tricks with the football that I have, and so on. Like, it's going to be great. I really want to take this to the 1 hour mark, seeing as I've never made a 1 hour video before. So I'm going to just mention one more thing that I had before actually ending the video for real this time. There was the first time I wanted to end the video, and then the second time before saying this, right? But now it's going to be a third time before I genuinely think I'm going to end the video. So let's get to it. I was speaking to a friend, and this friend, man, has been very helpful to me. Like, when it comes to the animations that I've been able to do with this new editing app I have and that I'm using, it just makes me really want to upgrade the production that I have, the production value that it has by using the camera that I have. I've got the camera, but I don't have an SD card. I think I'm gonna purchase it as a quote unquote business expense, and then the camera will allow me to oh, I'm not even gonna edit that out. The camera will allow me to create higher production value. So yeah, let's talk about that. So that's gonna really take my content to the next level. Instead of filming with the phone, all I need is an SD card, and this is where the friend comes into play. A friend of mine, she's given me the link to an editing app that she said that somebody else uses, that she heard that person who gave that link to her actually prefers it, that this person actually prefers it over Adobe Premiere Pro, which she's actually used. I was thinking of using Adobe Premiere Pro, right? But for now, I think this free app that she's given me, I really want to try it out, along with trying out the camera and the SD card. I really want to try this out to improve the production quality of the videos, because I'm deep invested into creating this content. So deep invested that I'm making this 1 hour video because I just love it that much. I just love doing the exercise and allowing my thoughts to release that much. I've been suppressing myself so long, so many years. I finally get to release. That's in terms of the mental aspect, that's what I love so much, because this, in my opinion, is what's given me that mental equivalent of a six-pack, what I call the mental six-pack, simply. And I believe in order to have the physical six-pack, you need the mental six-pack, and this is me getting that mental six-pack. Talking about this half-day experiment that I've done, for example, the evening routine, allowing myself to just write down my thoughts onto paper, doing all of this plank journey as well, having an outlet in which I can express what I put on the pad. Like all of this, like it's allowing me to just do something which has been pending ever since my childhood. It's yeah. But this editing app that she gave me, I really want to use it, and I want to buy an SD card, a card that has a fat load of storage, to be able to improve the quality of the videos by the video quality by the camera instead of the phone. Like it'll be a lot less pixelated, it'll be a lot clearer, the resolution will be higher by using a camera instead of the phone, and I'll also be able to store a lot more footage on that SD card than I ever would be able to using the phone. So that's what I'm gonna go and do. I'm gonna buy an SD card, man. I'm gonna look into it, buy an SD card, and then improve the quality of the videos. Just try it out and try out this editing app my friend gave me, and then from there I'll be able to the quality of the videos will improve so much more, I'm telling you. But this is a part of the journey, man. We start small and then we build, and carry on building. So I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to look into buying an SD card and also doing other things, because my focus levels, ever since doing that half-day routine that I'm now going to be doing once every 2 days for at least a while, it's allowing me to just take my life completely to the next level. So to me, from now on, from this day onward, it's now what I consider a healthy core habit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna increase the quality of it. I'm gonna look into buying an SD card. So yeah, this is the third time I've tried ending this video, but I genuinely think this is it now. I'll see you in the next one, and I really don't believe I have anything extra that I need to say. So I'll see you in the next one. This is the third time I try to end it, but I think this is the time. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this long video. Fucking all the power to you if you've watched the entire thing. You, my friend, are a soldier. And you really like my videos. I respect you, all of you who have watched this video in its entirety, all in one go. I respect all of you who have taken the time to be able to watch this in its entirety in the future, and even now maybe. I respect all of you watching it just straight up in its entirety, completely raw, no cuts, no pauses, just straight up 1 hour, just shelling. I respect all of you. If you've actually, all of you who've watched it completely, I respect all of you. And I only wish you the best. I only wish you to carry on doing this self-improvement journey and grow just like how I'm growing, and improve your content just like how I'm improving it. But yeah, man, yeah. Or if you don't even want to make content on YouTube, improving your life just like how you want to improve it, and working up every day, working towards living the life that you truly want to live. But yeah, that's it. Wow, I've enjoyed making this video, man. This is going to be the third time that I've tried ending it, as I've said. But I do think this is the time. I'm going to see you in the next one. This video is going to take so long to export and get uploaded, so it's probably going to be up in the evening. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, man, and enjoy yourselves out there. I'm enjoying myself out there by making this plank journey content, and in the future, this is going to be what I enjoy that pays me. So yeah, I'm going to see you in the next one. I love this, and my love is only deepening for this. And I'm going to be making many other income sources based off this, and also unrelated to it. So I'm going to see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Most of all, enjoy yourselves and don't suppress yourselves. Don't listen to those people telling you can't do this and you can't do that when you think your decision that you're about to make is about to benefit you. If it doesn't, learn from that mistake. It is what it is. We move. But yeah, I'm going to see you in the next one. I love making this episode, man. I loved it. And I'll see you. Peace.